Can you read it? What does it say?
The waiter was very courteous and greeted us with smile.
Okay. What does that word courteous mean? What does that mean? Courteous.
Yeah, I will search for it.
I'm sorry, what?
I will search for it because I
I'm
don't
sorry. You
have.
can't see it because of the way. Let me move this down. Now you probably can.
Uh,
It just means polite. We won't make it a big
yes,
mystery. It's a pretty common word though. It's just another word for polite. Courteous. Courteous. Okay.
cour- uh, courteous,
Courteous. Courteous. Courteous.
courteous.
Courteous.
Okay,
If I say the first,
courteous.
that's right. If I say the first three words of that phrase, tell me about the vowel sounds. The waiter was. The waiter was. The waiter was. The waiter was.
Can you zoom in?
Oh, sure. The waiter was. The waiter was. The
Th-
waiter was.
The way the waiter was.
What kind of vowel sounds do you hear? Do you hear really big, long vowel sounds or short vowel sounds in that phrase?
Waiter is long.
Just the A, right? Because it's got two sounds. It's a. So
Yes,
waiter. So it's just the A that's really long. The waiter was. Can you say that?
the waiter was.
Uh-huh. The waiter was. Pachu, can you say that? The waiter was.
The waiter was.
The
The
wa-
waiter was.
the short, long, short. The waiter was. Okay.
The waiter was.
What do you think about the next two words, Pachu? Very courteous. Very courteous. Very.
Very courteous.
What do you think about the
Very.
vowel sounds in that? Very courteous. Are they long or short? Hello? Uh-oh. I think
I can hear. I,
Pachu disappeared. Well, what do you think, Mohammed? While we're waiting for Pachu to return
Hello, sir.
from. Okay. Pachu is back from the land of mystery.
Hello, sir.
Okay. Can you hear us?
Yes.
Okay. All right.
Yes.
What do you think about the vowel sounds? Very courteous. Very courteous. Very courteous. Which
Is a
vowel sound do you hear?
yeah, courteous.
Uh-huh. How
Is
about
a
very?
courteous.
What about very? Do you think there's a long sound in there somewhere? Very courteous.
Yes. Very. Yeah. Be. Be.
Yeah, I think it probably is. So let's uh let's highlight the big sounds so we can find our rhythm.
Yes.
All right. So this is
Yeah.
the waiter was very courteous.
The wait. The waiter was very courteous.
hmm How many syllables in that word courteous?
Co- D. Was four.
I hear three. Courteous. Courteous.
Okay. Courteous.
Courteous. But you know that thing I told you about connecting the two vowel sounds? Courteous. I don't think it's so
Yeah. E.
not really that important here because this is not an accented syllable. So you don't have to pay too much attention here to that rule.
Okay.
So
Yes.
it could be
Yes.
very small here. The waiter was very courteous.
Okay. The waiter was very courteous.
Uh-huh. Can you say that, Mohammed, the whole phrase?
the waiter was very courteous.
Mm-hmm. Okay, the waiter was very courteous. All right. Now if
The
I
wait
go ahead, do it again.
the waiter was very courteous.
Okay. Now if I say the next three words together, think about how the length of the vowel sounds, if they're short or long. And greeted us, and greeted us, and greeted us.
Greeted. First syllable is long.
Okay. How about the word and? How does that sound in this phrase? And greeted us, and greeted us.
And and greeted us. And greeted us.
Mm-hmm. It's really, if you notice, I'm just saying I'm not even saying any vowel sounds. I'm just saying and greeted, and greeted, and greeted. Can you say those two sound,
And,
two words?
and greeted us.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So there's really not even a vowel sound there. The waiter was very courteous and greeted us.
The waiter was very courteous and greeted us.
Mm-hmm. Okay, so I'm going to make this part big to remind us. But can you hear the rhythm? So we've got a rhythm going. The waiter was very courteous and greeted us.
The waiter was very courteous and greeted us.
Can you say that, Pachu?
Okay. The waiter was very courteous and greeted us.
Greeted us, greeted us, greeted us.
Greeted us.
The waiter was very courteous and greeted us.
The waiter was very courteous and greeted us.
What do you think, Pachu? What do you think about the next two words with a? Do you think those are important words?
No, sir.
Okay.
As with the
So
with
so
the
maybe what we could do is we could make this one big word here. Let's wait. I'm going to underline this. So this would be greeted us with a greeted us with a
greeted us with the
greeted us with a.
greeted 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 us with the
Mhm. The waiter was very courteous and greeted us with a.
the waiter was very courteous and greeted with us.
Greeted us with a. Greeted us with a.
Greeted with the
Greet
greeted us with the
greeted us with a. Greeted us with a. Greeted us with a.
greeted with greeted us with the
That's hard, right? Can you try that, Mohammed? Can you try to say greeted us with a?
Greeted us with the
The waiter was very courteous and greeted us with a.
The waiter was very courteous and greeted us with a
Okay. Now, what about that final word, Mohammed? Can you say that final word?
smile,
Smile. Smile. What do you think about the
smile,
what do you think about that vowel sound?
long,
It's really long. Okay. So we'll make this big. Okay. So if let's practice the rhythm of the entire sentence. The waiter was very courteous with us. The the waiter was very courteous and greeted us with a smile.
the waiter was very courteous and greeted us with a smile.
Okay. Now is it wissa or witta?
With a
Witta. Witta. Greeted us with da. With da. With da. Can you say with da?
greeted us with a
Yeah, greeted us with the
with
greeted us with a smile.
greeted us with the smile.
Okay. Now, Mohammed, how many phrases do you think we could divide this sentence into?
The waiter was
Okay.
very courteous.
Okay, so the waiter was, that's one phrase.
Okay, yes.
Okay, like this. The waiter was very courteous.
And
I
greeted
think it would
us.
I don't know. I think it would be a good idea to keep this. I think maybe we could divide this with the word and. I think that might be better. like this. The waiter was very courteous and greeted us with a smile. They're pretty short phrases. I think that might be okay to do it like this. Do you see what I did?
Yes.
Okay. All right. Pachu, what do you think? Should we make this sound happy or serious? Friendly
It's,
or educational?
yeah, friendly.
Friendly? Okay. So what does
Yeah.
that mean? How should we, if we want to make this friendly, well, first of all, how do all the phrases start? Do the phrases start high or low?
Yeah, it's a rising tone. It's a high.
Okay, high. Not rising, but probably just high. So I'm just going to make this syllable red to indicate this should be high. What do you
Yeah.
think? If we look at this phrase, the waiter was very courteous. What would you identify as maybe the most important word in this phrase?
It's a courteous. Very.
Okay,
Very is also an adjective,
so
adverb.
which one do you think would be better to make like our mountain peak?
Yeah, it's a very.
Yeah, probably very. Let's make this. Let's do something different. Let's make this super big. Okay. Now it's friendly. So what should it be, high or low? It's friendly, it's nice, it's casual, high or low?
Yeah, it's a high.
High, okay. And then
High.
and then how should we end our sentence? Should it be high or low?
At the low.
Yeah, because usually what happens is there are several ways that you could do a sentence, but right now we're just doing something very simple. We're starting high and then we're moving down to the low. Okay, so we want to finish
Yes.
low here. Okay, so we have way there cur way there cur. The waiter was very courteous.
The waiter was very courteous.
Okay, the waiter was very courteous.
The waiter was very courteous.
Very courteous. That's right. That was better. I like the way you did that very that time. That really is how it should sound. The waiter was very courteous.
The waiter was very courteous.
Very courteous. That's our big word. That's our superstar word. Mohammed, can you try to say that?
Is
The waiter was very courteous.
Okay, but we want to try to give some tones to it. So the waiter, can you try to make that a little bit higher sound? The waiter, courteous, way cur. Can you hear the difference? Way
Yes.
cur, way cur.
The blue is not stressed, right?
Wait, it's
The
stress.
is the I mean is a falling tone.
It's a fall. Well, it's a low tone, not exactly falling. It could be a falling tone if you want it to be, but it's a falling. Do you know what I do? I was using this website. Wait, let me see if I can find it, and I'll put it in the chat. I forgot how I found it. Like, I wish I could remember how I found this. Uh, Maybe if I do interactive. Where was that? No, I don't know. I found this website where it's like a musical website. You can talk into the microphone and it will tell you if you're doing high or low. It's kind of cool. But then you can see if you're doing a high tone or a low tone. It's kind of hard to notice at first until you recognize it. But I'm not going to waste time looking for it now, but I'll try to find it for the next time. Okay.
Yes, it will be very beneficial.
Yeah, because I think then you could just practice, and because it will show you, like when you do the high, it will go up, and then when you do the low, it will go down. So then you know exactly, you can see it visually, and then maybe it, because I couldn't tell before until I started practicing with that. It's a hard thing to notice, but it's something that happens. Okay. So, but
Okay.
for so let's keep doing this blind for today, and then maybe tomorrow we could. Well, I'll find it. I can't remember how I found that. So the waiter was
Okay.
very courteous.
The waiter was very courteous.
Now, is it za or the?
The
The. The. Try again, but try to say the instead.
the waiter was very courteous.
Okay. Now, if we go to the next phrase, all right. Uh, how do most phrases start, Mohammed? Do they start with a high tone or a low tone usually?
High tone.
That's right. So for our first special word, we'll make that red, which will indicate that it should be high. Greeted us. Greeted us. Greeted us.
Greeted us.
Greeted us. Okay. And then this doesn't matter too much. We could make it go down a little bit. Greeted us with a.
Greeted us with a
Okay. Is it with za or with ta?
with a
Okay. Now, how do you want to finish this? Do you want to finish this phrase sounding serious or educational or happy and friendly?
educational.
You want to be educational? Okay.
Formal, yes.
Formal? Okay. All right. So then you want to, if you want to sound serious, you go low. Smile. Smile.
Yes.
Can you say it?
Smile. Yes.
Smile. Greeted us with a smile.
Greeted us with a smile.
Mhm. If you wanted to sound happy, you could make the first part of smile high. Smile. And you could give a falling tone. Smile. You hear the difference?
Okay.
So serious is just flat, smile, low. But if you wanted to sound happy or friendly, you could do it right. You could start high and then fall. Smile.
Smile.
Yeah, that's kind of, you've kind of got it there. That would be like kind of a happy way. Smile. You have to finish low because it's the end of the phrase, but you could start that word kind of high to make it sound nicer. Smile.
Smile.
hmm But since we're being educational or serious or formal, you can just say smile.
Okay. Smile.
Do you hear the difference?
Yes. Smile and smile.
Smile and smile. All right. So
Smile.
go ahead.
Okay. Smile and smile.
Okay. Greeted us greeted us with a smile. Well, no, sorry. Greeted us with a smile.
Greeted us with a smile. Uh, Greeted us with a smile.
Okay. Pachu, can you say that final part? Greeted us with a smile. With a smile. Sorry. I have a hard time being
Okay.
informal.
So greeted us with a smile.
Smile. Smile. Be serious at the end. Smile. It's low.
Is a smile.
Greet,
Smile.
greeted us with a smile.
Greeted us with a smile.
Okay.
Smile.
So the waiter was very courteous and greeted us with a smile.
The waiter was very courteous and greeted us with a smile.
Can you say the whole thing, Mohammed?
The waiter was very courteous and greeted us with a smile.
Okay. Mohammed, how will you make a how waiter greet us question? So you have the information here. How will you make a how waiter greet us question?
Uh, how did the waiter greet us?
Okay. Uh, uh, what is the most important word in your question, do you think?
How?
Probably, yeah. So how should you say how? If that's the most important word in your question, how would you say it?
How?
How? You make it longer. Stretch it out a little bit. How did the waiter greet us?
How did the waiter greet us?
How did the waiter? Is it the waiter or the waiter?
How did the waiter greet us?
How did the waiter greet us?
How did the waiter greet us?
Okay. Can you make that question, Pachu?
Yes. So how did the waiter greet us
Okay.
with
And what is the most important word in that question, do you think?
it's a how
Okay. So
is a
so
how
do you think it would be a good idea to say how or how?
is a how
Yeah. So
is a
you want to emphasize that word. How did the waiter greet us?
how the waiter greet us.
How did the how? I'm just going to do.
Ho-
I'm just going to do the vowel sounds. Okay. Ow. Ow. Ow.
How how how
How did the? How did the?
how would the how would the
How did the waiter greet us?
how would the waiter greet us?
Greet us. Greet us. Let's make e longer. How did the waiter greet us?
How do the waiter greet us? Greet us.
Mohammed, how did the waiter greet us?
How did the waiter greet us?
What is the answer?
The waiter was very cur- um, courteous.
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 Courteous. Courteous. The waiter was very courteous
The waiter was very courteous.
and greeted us with a smile.
Read, read this sentence.
Yeah, well, don't read it. Think about how to say it. And greeted us.
Yeah.
Try to do it in your head. And greeted us.
So we moved to another topic, or we stay here?
Well, let's finish the sentence and then we'll move to another topic. Okay, but try to say
Okay,
it without reading. Try to do it without reading. And greeted us
Yes.
and greeted us
with a smile.
with a smile.
And greeted us with a smile.
And greeted us with a smile.
The waiter was very courteous and greeted us with a smile.
The waiter was very courteous and greeted us with a smile.
See, you don't have to read it. You can do it in your head. That's better if you can do it in your head, right?
Yes.
Pachu, can you try to say the whole thing? The waiter was very courteous and greeted us with a smile.
Okay. The waiter was very courteous and greeted with a smile.
And greeted us with a smile.
And greeted us with a smile.
Okay. Can you read, Pachu? Can you read the next sentence that I have? This is the final one for today. Okay.
Yes,
Uh,
yes.
can you read this sentence here?